So फटाफट let's see ऐसे 570 questions, 1-2 questions we'll try to see. Go through this question. TK Projects Limited, a manufacturing company in the steel industry, was allegedly involved in some irregularity relating to allotment of coal blocks, for which a complaint was lodged against the company by the government. Financial institutions stopped additional working capital finance, which caused a financial crisis resulting in stoppage of the production. So see, can you find this? Financial institutions stopped additional working capital finance. Financial institution has withdraw their support, right? Financial institutions stopped additional working capital finance. They have stopped their support. They have stopped the financing, which caused a financial crisis resulting in stoppage of production. So this is what a financial indicator, if you recall. The company incurred a massive loss during 2018-19. There are delays in salary and other payments. Certain key managerial personnel, including general manager of finance and certain other employees, left the company. So do you recall this one more operational condition they have given? Operational condition, do you recall? Management loss. Management loss. ML 3 ML थे ना 3 ML, market loss, management loss, and management trying to liquidate. So key managerial person has been lost. So they have left the company. The company has no sound action plan to mitigate this situation. That means they have performed additional audit procedure and there is no mitigation that is going to happen. Guide the statutory auditor on how he should deal with this situation. What do you think? What do you think? There exists a material uncertainty or not? First of all, there exists a material uncertainty or not? There is no mitigant. They have specifically mentioned that. Are yes or no? Bolo. There will be a material uncertainty or not?
Yes, there is a material uncertainty.
Material uncertainty hai, so you will have to then asking what they are asking, guide the statutory auditor on how he should deal with this situation. So you'll have to see that whether management has done the 2 point disclosure, right? Principal events and condition and asset recovery and discharging of liability. And if management has done the disclosure, then you will then do reporting accordingly, right? Under which para? Material uncertainty related to going concern wala jo para tha uspe, right? So you have to answer like that. So see here the answer. Auditor should ask the management for appropriate disclosure in the FS, right? We should ask the management to disclose accordingly those 2 points and include the same in his audit report also. However, if the management fails to make adequate disclosure, then auditor will have to express what a qualified or an adverse opinion as appropriate in accordance with SS 705. And in the basis for qualified or adverse opinion section, you will have to write that a material uncertainty existed that cast significant doubt on the entity's ability to continue as going concern, and that the financial statement do not adequately disclose this matter. So then they are saying what? You'll have to give your answer from both point of view, whether management disclosed and when management did not disclose. ठीक है? Then a company's net worth is eroded and creditors are unpaid due to liquidity constraints. Again, can you see net worth is eroded? Negative net worth, negative liability position, that was also a financial indicator, if you could recall, right? Creditors are unpaid, financial indicator. The management represent to the statutory auditor that the promoter's wife is expected to give an unsecured loan to meet the liquidity constraints, and that the renegotiations or that the negotiations are underway to secure large export orders. They are saying that okay, fine, my wife will be financing me certain amount as an unsecured loan so as to meet out certain liquidity constraints, and that negotiations are underway to secure large export orders. So once these export orders are finalized, I'll be again fulfilled with the liquidity and will be able to pay off my wife. So what do you think? Whether this guarantee from wife, do you think it will be a mitigating factor? Can you trust your wife? Bolo bolo bolo, yes or no? Yes or no? You got the question or not? Huh?
Loan by wife is expected to be given. It's not committed. It's final, like देंगे ही. And so वो export order भी sir negotiation चल रहा है. It's not final. So
Correct. So
This
it's
is
not a feasible plan, right?
certain.
So if you recall additional audit procedure, may we would also see the feasibility of what they are trying to plan, the future course of action, what they are trying to suggest management. So we'll also have to assess the feasibility of all those plans and future course of action. So we don't find this all feasible just because they have mentioned this. They'll mention whatever, right? But we must have a written, either we could have an advance export order, right? If you would have learned in a customs, or not in customs but in that what do we used to say, last part of the IDT, FTP, right? So
FTP.
FTP. So there you could have those advance orders, foreign trade policies, kind of those, or even if a agreement with your wife, then also it could be a suffice. But mere commitment, and that too oral, won't be an
Is not sufficient auditing evidence.
mitigant factor. It's not a mitigating factor, and there you will have to then report accordingly based on material uncertainty related to going concern. It's a material uncertainty related to going concern, and you'll have to again report the same. See the next question. This is MTP March 19, old syllabus November 2020. So Rathi Limited had defined definite plan of its business being closed within a short period. Okay. So they are saying that going concern won't be there. They are saying that going concern won't be there. They are planning to close the business within a short period. The financial statement 31st March 2018 had been prepared on the same basis. That means on non-going concern basis, as it had been in earlier. Okay, not on non-going but on going concern basis. They are saying that financial statement has been prepared on same basis that they are trying to prepare on earlier periods. That means on book value only. They have prepared same with an additional note that the business of the company shall cease in near future and assets shall be disposed of in accordance with the plan of disposal as decided by the management. The statutory auditors of the company indicate this aspect in key audit matters only by a reference as to possible cessation of business. So this we will do tomorrow in SS 701. In SS 701, this will do tomorrow, where we see that whenever they are mentioning regarding 570, whenever they are mentioning regarding 570, it's not a substitute. So in 701 key audit matters, you will definitely give a reference. But whatever requirement which is required by the standards for reporting, right? So whatever reporting requirements which is required to be reported by individual standards, like here in SA 570, it is required by the SA 570 to report, right, giving an adverse opinion that even though there was a going concern flaw, right, it's a non-going concern entity, however they have treated their accounting treatment done is based on going concern only. So that is clearly a flaw, and therefore you will have to give an adverse opinion. So wherever reporting requirement is given in SA 570 itself, there you don't have to report in SA 701, even if it's a key audit matter. There you just have to give a reference in case of 570 and in the case of 705. These two standards particularly you will have to give reference. However, you will have to report based on the reporting standards which is given in individual standards on audit. Here in this case is SA 570. So comment on the reporting by the statutory auditor. So you'll write what management intention to liquidate the entity is one of the events or condition that may cast significant doubt on the entity's ability to continue as going concern. As per SA 570, if events and condition have been identified that may cast, but based on the audit evidence obtained, the auditor concludes that no material uncertainty exists. Auditor shall evaluate whether, in view of the requirement of applicable FRF, financial statement provide adequate disclosure about these events and condition. Further, as per 701, going concern is by its nature a key audit matter. So going concern is already a by default key audit matter. However, as I told you, that 701 emphasize on auditors' responsibility to communicate key audit matters. Auditors required to communicate the key audit matters in accordance with SA 570 in above stated manner. That means the reporting requirement which is required as per SA 570, that will be intact, that you have to do as per SA 570 only. In SA 701, they say that you can give reference, you will have to give reference to SA 570 as a key audit matter, that yes, this is by default a key audit matter, right? So you will have to give a reference to SA 570, that reporting is done there. But you cannot simply just they did what the statutory auditors of the company indicated this aspect in the key audit matters. They failed to report in the going concern section. They should have reported this in the going concern, not under key audit matter. Key audit matter में सिर्फ एक reference आएगा, that's it. Clear? Simple reference is not sufficient. You will have to report this matter as per SA 570. As per SA 570, you will have to report accordingly. Clear? Then come to next question. Airlift Limited, carrying on the business of passenger transport by air, is running into continuous financial losses. as well as reduction in sale. Again, see, for financial indicators, they've started giving financial indicators of going concern due to stiff competition and frequent breakdown of its own aircraft. The financial statements are to be now finalized. The management is quite uncertain as to its ability to continue in near future and has informed the auditors that the issue involves uncertainty. So they are saying that there is a material uncertainty related to going concern as to its ability to continue its business, and it informed the auditor that this fact would suitably be disclosed in the notes to account. So they are saying that okay, fine, we'll do the two-point disclosure. We'll do the disclosure with respect to material uncertainty. Don't worry, we will do the disclosure in the notes to account. State the reporting requirement. So if they are reporting, then we will do the reporting in our material uncertainty related to going concern section para, right? And if they are not reporting, if they are not disclosing the same, then we will report in the basis for opinion para and the opinion para as qualified or adverse opinion. As qualified or adverse opinion. So adequacy of disclosure when events or condition have been identified and a material uncertainty exists, this you will have to write both points plus reporting requirement also. ठीक है, therefore auditor should disclose about the material uncertainty and express an unmodified opinion, and in his audit report shall include a separate section under the heading material uncertainty related to going concern. So it's simple only. If you once try to have a grip over the questions, you will then have the comfortability of attempting any new question also in exam if they give. So like this attempt also they give one new question on essay 570 only, right? So go through questions. This will give you the confidence. This will boost your confidence. Also, that will help you revise the portion that we just did. So please go through the question just after the class only, and specifically for standards on auditing, do all the question. If you don't do the question, the entire chapter that we did will be fail, will be futile. To be honest, ठीक है? So complete all the questions. Specifically this RTP November 22 का question करना, and also this MTP September 22. These are certain new questions. We will now start with essay 701. Essay 580 is remaining. So essay 580, essay 701 we will do tomorrow. ठीक है?
So,
Yeah.
in RTP November 19 question, how these points are to be mentioned, additional audit procedure, like वो कैसे आ रहे हैं यहाँ पे?
See, in RTP November 19 question में what they said that they went into NCLT, they went for IBC. So पूरा IBC के लिए घसीट दिया कंपनी को. But then thereafter, if you recollect, in IBC also there has to be prepared a resolution plan, right? I don't remember exactly the section. It was
Yes.
section 30, I feel. So that resolution plan has to be then approved by your COC and then has to be finally approved by NCLT. So that resolution plan got approved. That means that shows that okay, that plan is feasible. If that plan is getting approved, that means that plan is feasible, viable, right? And therefore you can say that this plan can act as a mitigating factor. You can argue both the ways. You can write both point of view, that if it is a mitigating factor, then fine, this additional audit procedure is okay, and there is not a material uncertainty related to going concern. However, if this is not going to be a mitigating factor, auditor feels that this is a material uncertainty related to going concern, then accordingly they will ask management to disclose those 2 points and report accordingly. What was your doubt? How are we going to answer, right?
तो सर वो पॉइंट्स क्यों आ रहे हैं एडिशनल ऑडिट प्रोसीजर एज ईयर रिटर्न की वो प्लान अप्रूव हो चुका है एंड
So additional audit procedure may you have to see na whatever entity is planning to make their point that okay, these are indicators, this will hamper your going concern, I'll say, but then you will counter attack and counterly you will say what, no sir, no auditor, we have this plan, we have this future course of action that will say we will expand, we'll diversify, right? We saw that in additional audit procedure we have to see those feasibility of those additional plan procedures, we have to check upon those points, we have to see the projected financial statements. So if they are approving, the COC is getting a COC is approving the same resolution plan they are preparing, they are actually trying to revive, right? And that means that that is showing a concern, that is showing that they can be or they will be able to revive, restructure themselves. So that feasibility we will have to see. And in additional audit procedure, everywhere we perform additional audit procedure. It's not like in here only. I told you the additional audit procedure will perform after we are aware about any financial or operational or other indicator. We'll perform additional audit procedure and we'll check whether entity has any mitigating factor, mitigating the indicators, mitigation of the indicators. Like here also, they straight away gave that there is no mitigating factor, or they straight away gave that there exists a material uncertainty. There exists an uncertainty, so you assume that okay, fine, there is no mitigating factor which will mitigate my indicators. You'll then straight away answer on those lines whether material uncertainty exists or not. However, here in this question, they are specifically, it suggests that yes, there will be a mitigating factor because resolution plan is got now approved, right?
Approved.
So that is why they are saying that additional audit procedure will be mentioned here, and then accordingly you will summarize your conclusion if that is a mitigating factor or not. RTP May 9, November 19 wala na this. So they see here they have written what, therefore it can be said that events and conditions are mitigated effectively, and there is no material uncertainty in relation to the ability of the company to continue as going concern. ठीक है? So the question that you see is very short. I have summarized this question actually. The question that you will see in actual, the question was of RTP in November 19. It was a one pager question. So don't worry from the question size. Ultimately, you will have to focus on the last few parts of the question. You will be able to get the answer what exactly they are trying to indicate. Hint. ठीक है? Yes, Kripali, clear with this RTP November 19?
Yes,
Any
sir.
other doubt?
No, sir.
So complete all these questions. See, this is a new question. MTP September 22 वाला जो है ये, and RTP November 22 also go through them. Go through the both. Go through the questions. Go through the answer. If you're not able to understand, then ask in the group, in to me directly. Doesn't matter. But you have to give effort. See, audit is all about efforts. Once you start spending time with that, you'll find automatically it is easy only. But if you don't attempt, you don't start spending time, you don't are not giving the efforts, then you'll find you're not able to attempt the question itself. So it's all about just getting to know, just become aware about all facts and everything. You'll definitely be able to answer at least. ठीक है, revise, revise, revise. Already we are not doing much as in terms of productivity. If you'll see, we are doing a standard or two daily, right? So already we are giving enough time in the class. I'm not compromising anywhere. If I can see, I am not compromising in between the class also. I'm giving you the time to read, to comprehend again, to understand. If you have any questions, so use those things, utilize it to the fullest. Okay, no compromise is being done here. So you, in your efforts also, there should not be any compromise. Give test. ठीक है अविजा? अविजा थी ना? Tomorrow class timing is 7, or if it is 8 I'll tell you, but mostly it will be 7 only. ठीक है? See you tomorrow.
Okay, sir. Bye.